Attention gamers. Online influencers are used to living in the spotlight, having simps back them on every take, relaxing in a cozy coddled world of never knowing what it's like to work a 9 to 5, but there's a deep, dark, insufferable reality that some of these internet beggars sometimes have to deal with, and that's when their dog has the audacity to get off of its spot.
Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Okay, so this build was created by one of the only people I've ever seen on Reddit with a sense of humor. Shout out to this homie. And so here's the deal. Your main rune, you take electrocute aka gentle vibration, then cheap shot, because if you can control voltage from a remote on your desk it's not fair. Sixth sense, so you can tell exactly when Kaya is getting up from her spot. Ultimate Hunter is what they name you at the dog fight clubs, and then Mana Flow Band, pack extra batteries in that Zincan on your desk so you can keep pushing the buttons on it, and finally Gathering Storm, because over time if that shit isn't working this will increase the voltage. In terms of build, you can get the torch, or as you'll see I adjust for a little more zap, and then you get even more gentle vibrations. This build sucks dick if you care about your rank, but you cannot doubt the power of Taserphine, and today I'm gonna show you how it's done.
Just stop.
Game 1, I decide to play this bot lane like a masochist who enjoys being 4 levels behind everyone else in the game, and thanks to a gank from that Deadpool cosplayer early I'm basically stuck way behind the action. Restrained to one spot that I can't move from. It's a depressing reality, but then I slap a little shield and walk up to hit a cheeky reach for my Zincan off-camera special on their Nautilus. Unironically, the idiot who came to work today in a giant astronaut suit was so embarrassed that I shocked him that he immediately chose to respond with violence. But Obama's wife is just a gem as she ties up the pirate so I can force her to listen to a song about my NFL player boyfriend's dick before hitting her with that gentle vibrate. This leaves just the support left over, who is now facing the repercussions of being naughty, pun completely intended, as we chase him down and I launch one more pillow from downtown Disney World to put him away. I've now finished my first item, African American fire torch, and I see Neil Armstrong has run into some traffic on his commute back to work, but it's unacceptable for him to not be in his spot in Fountain, so I walk forward and hit him with a light Kaya spot command to correct that disgusting behavior. The enemy team has one of those Crohn's disease alchemists who has weaponized his bloody farts, so I ask if he wants to face the wrath of Miss Fiend La Taser, but he opts to instead deal with the tower and its laser. This build has been advertised to suck ass against tanks, so me and my infinite silver wisdom run up to the 2 tankiest players on the enemy team and ask if they've heard the shitty new Taylor Swift album, as it's apparently charming, but they haven't, and then of course Edward Scissorhands comes in, so I have to peace out and just chuck a butterfly bomb back in from afar. Anyways, you know how the saying goes, birds of a feather get fucked together, as these 2 top heavy inners find themselves asking for an encore of Travis Kelce's erotica song, which sends Gary Gargoyle overboard, and then a familiar scene where we are chasing a Nocturne who is just trying to get some steps results in a little shock and slap combo, and unfortunately when your team holds the remote to all callers it's a little bit one-sided, so this first example ends early. Before I show the others, I would like to do my duty as an influencer and share my opinion that no one asked for on the situation to feed my sense of self-importance. I think with all of the irrefutable evidence that has come out, I think it's safe to say that he lied and that no one is shocked, except for Kaya. But as someone who once got cancelled for calling Lucian Obama, I am basically a PR specialist, so here is my recommendation to Hassan. Just do a stream where you yourself wear the collar and your chat can redeem channel points to activate its quote-unquote gentle vibrations. Solves all the problems, as long as he also gives Kaya away at the end of the stream. Problem solved. If you want to see more drama slop, I'm thinking of turning my idol second channel Rav Rambles into that shit. I already talked about this there and covered other topics like this breed of Pokemon who eventually evolves into an online stripper. Game 2, I got matched with a Zerath support, which was just a poet's wet dream when it comes to the amount of shocking commentary that was about to be present. As you can see, even at vibration calibration level 2, the Zincan remote delivers quite a punch to this old ass dog on the other side. Then after totally not dying and editing it out to stick to the theme of acting like Hassan and telling a very specific story to my viewers that I want them to believe instead of the truth, I come back in big dick swinging to let this rat and his skydiving goggles know that his spot is back in base and that's where he shall stay. Then if you think some geriatric amputee is going to outrun 2 champions that literally levitate, then I've got some news for you, as he eats a blueberry for his last supper and we put him down. I'm getting shoved in more than the 35th outfit for a 3-day trip in a woman's suitcase, but not to fear, Thor's toddler is here as I just pepper that bomb rat with autos because it's scientific behavior training, dumbasses, and I can find gentle ways to keep him on his spot. Anyways, Poppy got a little dopamine hit from her last visit bot, and you know how addiction goes. 1 minute you are just trying out this whole ganking thing and then it turns into a gateway drug until all of a sudden you have a fetish for elder abuse. Sorry, it's not abuse, I should call it elder training. My bad, Hassan Army. I swear to God I won't talk to Asmongold if you promise not to get mad at me. I'll be fully transparent. You see, as I ride on this stage with all my Twitter followers, my objective is not to voice my true opinion, it's to continuously show my sponsors and my community how charming I can be, because that is how numbers get bigger, if you feel me. Hey, did you hear the one about the boosted animal that had the audacity to stand up to the sources that have been shocking him? Yeah, he got hit with the reality that Taserphine doesn't appreciate being inconvenienced by bitches who aren't in the spot that they are supposed to be. Anyways, let this be a lesson to you all, because based off of the very selective clips I have put in front of your eyeballs, you would probably assume that this was a stomp and that I am a good League of Legends player, but that's where the guise of content creators may haunt you, because in reality my team was heavier than Ludwig's conscience when he comments on the situation. So unfortunately this resulted in me staring at defeat more than a guy with a foot fetish. Last but not least, I came to my senses and decided to play mid, because in reality there's a lot of dogs around the rift that are just freely getting out of their spot and I can't stop all of them when I'm stuck in the bot lane. We are laning against a Ziggs again, but since the last game already had one, I don't want the commentary to seem repetitive, so we will just refer to this one as Kaya so that it stays fresh. As you can see, Kaya starts off very disobedient, always walking up to me like she wants pet or something, but the very expensive training I have focuses on shocking that dumb bitch every time she even thinks about approaching me. Turns out the shock collar wasn't strong enough because Kaya just kept trying to walk up to me, so I had to hire the trainer to frequently visit, roll on in to see how things were going, tie the little insubordinate rat down so I could give her a proper zapping. Somehow this team had a singe too. Comment below which champs you are seeing like every game lately. For me it's that fucking Malzahar champ and his space rabies, but anyways, Singed had to die for coming into my territory to question if Kaya's collar should be that tight. Anyways, I spend all my Twitch sub income on this trainer to basically live with me to make sure Kaya gets the repetitive corrective action that she needs to sit the fuck still for hours, and I didn't expect to have to whip out the Travis Kelce Dick song again, but here we are. That said, the training clearly wasn't working. I don't know what it is about these animals these days and them just wanting to get up and walk around, but I am not going to tire, as I will hit that hoe with every single last piece of voltage that my Zinbin can muster until it learns. I even tried hiring other trainers to come see if they can diagnose the problem, but they just said shock the shit out of her harder. Kaya wasn't learning her lesson. She was almost revolutionizing, knowing that the benefits of us doing this would diminish as we would slowly amass a following of haters. My last ineffective shocks made me roam and look for others to gentle vibrate in order to feed my shock addiction. I would look at this Jin and say, how the fuck can you even fathom counting to 4 when there are untrained dogs out there living their best lives?
Violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Somehow in the midst of me going through a rigorous behavioral training protocol with Kaya, I lost the entire point, which was to defend objectives, so obviously my vibration collar with its tape would have to be weaponized now, as it has the capacity to do, and I would use it to take down anyone in my way. I kept relying on encore performances of Taylor Swift opening her thighs to knock this Nami dead every time, but then it happened. Kaya defeated me in her defiance. She learned to resist the shockings, to laugh in the face of anyone telling her to stay the fuck in her spot. Kaya rose up. Kaya could care less, and in the end, Kaya won. Subscribe if you haven't and check out my slop channel. Rav out.